Well, Russian authorities say they are looking into all possible scenarios to explain this plane crash, which in fact is the first major one of the year. As you mentioned, the plane disappeared. It vanished from radar very shortly after takeoff. Two bodies and some debris have been found at the crash site in snowy fields. The weather has been snowy and harsh all week around Moscow, but that shouldn't necessarily be a problem in a country so used to snow. Eyewitnesses have reported hearing a loud blast before the plane crashed. Emergency services have found the black box at the crash site. The plane, Saratov Airlines flight 6W703, took off from Moscow's Domodedovo airport just after 2 o'clock local time. It was headed to Orsk in the Ural Mountains, close to the border with Kazakhstan. It had only climbed several thousand feet, well below cruising altitude, when it vanished from radar. It crashed 25 miles southeast of Moscow. The plane was an Antonov 148. Similar to this one in these pictures, it was reportedly manufactured in Ukraine and had been in service since 2010 with a brief break due to a shortage of parts. Now, while relatives gather in Orsk, where the plane was supposed to land, Russian authorities say they have ruled out the possibility of survivors. One Russian media report says the airline identified the pilot as someone with experience and 5,000 hours of flying under his belt. Saratov Airlines was banned from running international flights in 2015, reportedly after someone who was not a member of the flight crew was discovered in the cockpit. The airline amended that policy, and the ban was lifted in 2016. Now, Arthel, Saratov had been part of Aeroflot, but spun off, as many airlines did, from the aviation giant when the Soviet Union collapsed. They were called the baby flots, these smaller regional airlines, and had questionable safety records. But the ones that have survived generally are said to be relatively safe right now, especially in the last 7 or so years. Arthel.
This is definitely a sad story, that crash there. Okay, Amy Kellogg, thank you very much for the update.